Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Willis and welcome back to Archangel's Fall. In the last episode, we were attempting to take out a spawner in the Sunken Village over there. Specifically, it was some gas spawners, and we ended up going that direction. And turns out there is another island, so more to explore. But today, we are going to continue on in the Sunken Village and just kind of see what we can get done. And might as well use the Riptide trident that we had. I almost called it a dagger. But we are changing things up a little bit. We have sea lanterns. We got a bunch of sea lanterns from a chest, I do believe. And so we're just going to kind of, well, try to clear out as much of this area as we can. It's going to be a little bit annoying because we don't have Aqua Affinity. It would be nice if we could find that relatively soon, game. But there is a chest right down here. That's empty. Alright, so we'll go ahead and break that, maybe. I like breaking chests. I don't know if I've ever really said this, but I like breaking chests that are in dungeons or areas, whatever. So I don't go back and check them all the time, because I have a bad habit of doing that. Like, if I don't know if something is like, there's a creeper in that window. If I don't know if I've been someplace or something, I'll just kind of always check the chests. And this seems Aqua Affinity. You know, it's gold, but that doesn't matter. Thank you, game, for giving me that. So we do need to figure out where exactly we're supposed to be going. But, what are you called? A kelp prowler. We do need to get oxygen, though. And I hear things. So where exactly are these guys spawning from? Back here. And we should be able to... something broke. Oh, nothing broke. What is that noise? I actually don't even know what that noise is. It sounded like something broke, but nothing did, because it was, the shield. The shield technically broke. Alright, these fish are going to be good to kill because they're going to give me a lot of the kelp prowlers, the guardians. They'll give us fish when we kill them, but yeah, those guys have swords, so that is the problem. We should be able to, you know, it would be good if I ate some food or something. And there should be a spawner. Now, I don't actually know if these spawners are going to be deactivated by light. There is a good chance that they're not. I actually don't know how guardian spawners work. I don't know what the requirements are or anything like that, but we should be able to deal with a lot of this stuff pretty easily. We just need to be a little intelligent. This is not a trap. I'm actually somewhat surprised. With things on gravel, I kind of figured it might be a trap, but it wasn't, which is good. And if we can hang out here as long as we there is a lot of guardians in this area. Bet there's... Oh, behind this wall, I bet there is something. Yep. But we can break... please don't. I just want to get air. And can we kill these guys, please? Alright, so this is going a lot better than the last episode when we were in this area. Mostly because, you know, we have a little bit more progress being done. Even if I'm not entirely sure where we're supposed to be going. Our armor is doing fine. Our shield is probably the worst of everything we have. But, mending, projectile protection. I don't really care too much about the armor. I like our armor unless we find something that has depth strider or something that is better than gold for our helmet. And I feel like I've been in this one, so that is going to be a little bit of a problem. Now, I did see something. There's also a ton of puffer fish around here, which is somewhat annoying. Alright, we're going to shoot that guy. I hear a skeleton, and I wonder if he's in there. But I saw that chest. Okay, I got shot from a skeleton. Where? He's behind me. He's above me. Where? I don't know where the skeleton is. Where are these arrows coming from? Oh, there. That would explain why I couldn't find him. He was underneath. That is really kind of difficult to spot. Speaking of spotting things, is that... No, that is soul sand. Which is nice. We can come in here. And... nothing. Super good. But there is a spawner underneath here. So let's try to get rid of that. I want to try to destroy as many of the spawners as we can. We don't really need them. We don't need to keep them, definitely. But, yeah, we just need to kind of figure out where we're supposed to go. I thought the clock tower was a likely place, but this area definitely looks suspicious, but I don't see anything in here. Unless we were already here, which is a possibility. I won't say it's a good chance, but it is a possibility. And that is the clock tower. Is there anything in here? There is a bunch of coal. And gravel. I just want to see if the gravel falls. But is there even going to be a record disc? I almost said wool, because it's usually wool. Okay, I've been here. Let's get out from under the water. Replenish that precious oxygen, because while we have Aqua Affinity, we do not have any sort of... oh, what's it called? They are not enchanted. We don't have any sort of, like, respiration. That's what the enchant is called. Now, I see that spawner. So I feel like this building might be somewhat important. We can get up here. This is going to be a pretty safe place for right now until the drown come around, but it doesn't look like they figured out where I am. There is glowstone there, which is what makes me think that that might be the important place. Also, while that building looks really cool, the cathedral, as I've been calling it, it also doesn't look fairly floored. There doesn't seem to be much of a floor there. So there's another spawner there. So let's just take care of these drowned citizens. And wow, these guys have a lot of health. I guess next we come over here. And please go away. Alright, with the glowstone there, it looks like it's suspicious. I also hear a skeleton. Who is... I think these guys are dropping down. So that is... Yeah, they're probably spawning up there on the roofs. This seems like it might be... Oh, yep, that is exactly where we need to go. There is a spawner, and I saw the box of victory, whatever you want to call it. I do not need that bow. Okay, so let's swim around over here. And there is that chest as well. There's a chest there. I wonder if there's more like Aqua Affinity and stuff like that scattered around this area. But I did see where we're supposed to go. That's what matters. We know the location, so let's back up for just a moment. We should be able to swim pretty easily right over here. Now it did look like... Okay, let's just go back into the base. I want to dump off all of my inventory. I still haven't figured out like the best way to use Riptide, but it does help to get around in the water. And that is a kind of big theme for this map, which makes sense because I believe this was released right during the water update, where they updated the oceans and did the drown, all that kind of stuff. So let's just dump off whatever we can in here. And I should probably start taking armor and putting it up here, rather than having everything mixed together in the bottom. But, oh well. I believe that's a Sharpness 5 axe, which is really good. I also remember that I have shulker boxes. Unfortunately, I remembered it once I was back over here and not over in the actual area. So that's unfortunate. But we do know where we're going, so that is kind of cool. There is also plenty of other places to explore, the buildings and whatnot. And, you know, I'm trying to kind of figure out the lore of this place a little bit, but I'm not coming up with much. You know, this is one of those, like, everything has sunk. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. And please. Alright, we're going to go ahead. Ow. Leave me alone. I just want to break your spawner. Please and thank you. Yeah, there is definitely a lot of spawners that are going to be summoning drowns and the guardians in this area. But there was a chest over here. And it's kind of buried, which is a concern. I don't think it's trapped. But I am drowning, so I guess that's the trap. It also had a lot of cooked salmon, which is nice. Unbreaking and cooked cod. Cool. So, all things considered, not a bad deal. So, yeah, it is unfortunate that there's so many pufferfish in this area. We can go to this house. Oh, hey, the pufferfish and the zombie, the drowned, rather, are fighting, which is kind of cool. Alright, let's get over here and break this spawner. And we need oxygen. Oxygen is good for us. It helps us live. We keep hitting so many. Did you kill the pufferfish? You did kill the pufferfish. Good job. Now, if you wanted to, you could go kill all the pufferfish in this area. I would really appreciate that. But, nope, don't think the zombie's going to do that. Anyways, here is the spawner. It's a creeper spawner. Interesting. Not quite the choice I would go with, but I do know that creepers... actually, do they still? Oh, hey, and there's a bunch of iron down here. Creepers used to float, but I think all mobs used to float. I don't know if it's just zombies that don't anymore. But, there's also a chest right there. Did he drop an axe? He did. Okay, there is something here. Aqua Affinity, that is nice. So we could have an Aqua Affinity normal helmet if we so chose. Let's go ahead and dump off a bunch of things in here. We could use our Vanguard helmet and put Aqua Affinity on it, which is kind of tempting. Not terribly tempting, but kind of tempting. The gold is working just fine, and it does have protection too. But let's go ahead and get the rest of this stuff. And break chest. We also need to just come down here. Break spawner. Swim, swim, swim. Alright, we need to heal up. Break line of sight. And we should be okay. So, there's most likely another spawner on the other side of that, like, pillar, but that is an interesting structure. There's another chest there. We can actually switch these back. Okay, so we can heal up again. Or we can eat again, rather, to heal up more. And yeah, there is a bunch of iron down there. But we need to just come in here. Break spawners. And a sea turtle helmet. Okay. I don't know what else was in there, but we'll look in a moment. Just need to back up, heal up, and do it again. So what is respiration, unbreaking, pocket? Ooh, 2 armor. It is just as good, but it is gonna give us water breathing. For 10 seconds. Now, how often? I don't know. It also gave us some grand leaping potions. So it looks like... Oh man. Come on. Let's see. Let's just get down here. Is there anything else? No, but I do know that there's another spawner nearby. I think. There's also a lot of iron down here, which is pretty cool. Not that we really need it. Not right now anyways. But it is good to know. If I remember, that is. So... what exactly is this? Okay, so if we are above water, it gives us it will refill the water breathing for 10 seconds. Let's just try our best. And in fact, I want to just jump up here and grab whatever's in this chest. It's an Aqua Affinity 3. Okay, I'll take it. Let's clean up the inventory a little bit. We're going to put most of this stuff away because I don't really care about it. We'll keep that on us. You know, I don't need the baked potatoes. We have 44 fish now. And we can easily clean things up. Alright, cool. Just switch things around, and there is a creeper spawner in that house. Is this the one? Yeah, so this is where the wool is, or the... You know, I caught myself the first time. Second time, not so much. We could just drop down there when we have full health and grab the record disc. But that house also is kind of suspicious, and I felt like I saw another... chest somewhere, but maybe I was wrong. Okay, you know, let's just do it. So we're just going to drop down. We're going to break. What is... This is another. I really like having water breathing. Lets me kind of stay down here and, you know, do work. And then if we get some air, we get the water breathing some more. This is kind of creepy, to be honest. But it is important. It is the capital. When the Archangel vanished, the seas became restless. Soon the capital was flooded and the monsters came. Okay, so I guess that's the story. We can use the soul sand to just get out of here. And let's go ahead and take the music discs back. And then we will go finish exploring the last couple of buildings. There's not much left to this area. So this episode will be a little bit longer than normal, but we'll go ahead and explore the rest of these areas and then call it. So obviously we need to take on that monstrosity. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it's probably going to be awful. We do need to do something with that, and that'll probably be the next episode, but getting the capital disc, or the Sunken Village as I like to call it, is pretty good. I was not entirely sure where that was going to be at. I kind of assumed it was going to be in the actual, like, whatchamacallit, I'll clean things up later. We have enough inventory space. We have 2 shulker boxes. I thought it was going to be in the clock tower, but the clock tower was just some gas spawners, which was equally bad, but let's just get back over there. And I really like this helmet. It's going to do really well for us, especially because there's a couple areas that I kind of want to explore that are probably going to be pretty dangerous. And it's definitely going to make my life a lot easier to explore those areas. But we'll worry about that much later on. We do definitely need to, at some point, I know there's a creeper spawner in here. And we'll just put some lights up there. And it's right there, so let's get a block and get rid of this thing. The creepers themselves are not too dangerous in the water. Typically, like, the danger point for creepers is the fact that they destroy terrain, but in the water, they don't. So it's kind of whatever. And we have an unbreaking shield and an unbreaking bow. Now, that's going to be really good because I'm going to combine those two shields, and we're going to have a very good unbreaking, health increasing shield. But I think that zombie just converted. There's an ender chest down here. Interesting. We don't have a way to break it, but a little bit interesting of a find. Alright, next building. I guess there's this building and then a handful of buildings over here. And if we don't explore them all, it's not that big of a deal, but there's no reason why we can't. You are special. Drowned Hunter. Ow. You dropped your... Okay, so that is a special... That is a special boy. But it was just a trident. We did get the trident of the tide. So, cool. And a bunch of sea lanterns, which is nice. And a bunch of pickles. Sea pickles. And another shield. You know, I actually don't really care about that trident. The other... we can get rid of the kelp. And, of course, there is another... Alright, we need to get up here. There is another spawner down there. Let's light things up here. And... come on. Die already. Alright, break the spawner. Eat food. Get air. And we'll be fine. There's a bunch of guys over there. Alright, well, you know what? Let's just get out of this area. I don't really care too much about the other stuff. What does this... So this trident, loyalty 3, sharpness 3. When the tides crash against the towns, many towns people were lost to the waters. Those that weren't either starved or were overrun. So it does have decent attack, but I don't think there's anything super special with it. At least there doesn't seem to be. I'm just gonna ignore those guys and get out. So let's just briefly take a look in here. Bunch of arrows, I will gladly take that, and then a bunch of health potions, which I'm not a big fan of using health potions just because there's not much reason. Is this another hunter dude? Ow. It probably is. Alright, we need to get away. We need to eat. That drowned is very dangerous. So I'm just going to leave. So I think that is a good stopping point. Us running away. And we'll come back next time. We might do a little bit more work in the capital or the Sunken Village. Or we're just going to go to the cathedral. And see what that's all about. So that is the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!